Welcome to another Eternal video. This time I'm bringing you guys the ultimate beginner's guide to League and why it's one of the best ways for free-to-play players to build their collections on Eternal. Now you can find League under the Events tab in Versus Battle. They run one league a month. It goes throughout the whole month. League is a limited format, which means you're constrained to the cards you open in the event. Similar to a draft, you can only build your deck from the cards you select. In League, you can only build your deck from the packs you open. That's in contrast to Constructed, which is like Expedition or Throne, where you can build your deck with any card in the game. Now, the big reason why this is great for free-to-play players trying to build their collection is you get to get lots of packs for your gold. And what I mean by that is if you just went to the store and wanted to purchase one pack, it would be 1,000 gold. Now, you never want to buy a pack from the store for 1,000 gold because there are other ways to spend your gold to get more than one pack per 1,000 gold. You have Forge and you have League. So let's run the numbers here. By the end of the event, you get all of these packs, which you'll be building your deck from. Now, each week, you're given the next selection of packs. So by the end of the league, you get 8, 10, 12, 14 packs. 14 packs from just the event. The event costs 12,500 to join. Let's round up and say 13. That would be equivalent to 13 packs if you bought them from the store. You're getting 14 right here. So already that's better bang for your buck. It gets way better. You actually get prizes depending on how you finish in the format. So this is the crazy thing is I have to give the Direwolf team such credit for making such a generous rewards bracket. Now, you see the bottom rung. If you're 10,000 plus, you could join the event and leave. You would still get 4 packs and 1 premium uncommon, which 4 here plus the 14 you normally open, that's 18 packs for your 13,000 gold. Now it gets way better than that because there's not that many people that actually join the league. So usually right off the bat, you're already in this like 2,500 to 5,000 range where you're getting a premium rare, 8 packs. That's a total of 22 packs for 12,500 gold. Just by joining the event, which is ridiculous. You would have to spend almost double this to get 22 packs. And in addition, you get a premium card back and you get the premium rare there. And if you string together a couple wins, you'll already break higher into the ranks here. But I'm saying at minimum, you're going to be at the 7 to 8 range. That's why this is so good for beginners. You could go 1 win and 39 losses, still end up in here and get ridiculous value for the gold you spend. So, highly recommend playing League for building your collection for that very reason. You're just getting more packs for your gold that you earn. Now, a little bit more into the specifics of it. The league runs throughout the whole month. You start off week 1, you get 8 packs to build your deck from. Now you can join the league at any point. You see here we're in the 3rd week of the month, so we get all the packs with the green check mark. And then next week we'll be able to add these 2 packs to our deck. And we build our deck from this selection of cards. So I did forget to mention this. Each week, get the additional packs, but you also get to play an additional 10 games. Over the course of the month, 10 games a week, it's 40 games total. And that'll be what your record is, and that'll be what your prize is dependent on. Hopefully I went through that pretty simply. Now, if we look at the more info section, this will tell you the pack breakdowns each week. And it's different from league to league, which adds variety to the format. It changes it from month to month. It's not just 14 of whatever the new set is, which is really cool. It changes the dynamic and the strategies you can find in league each month. It's also equalizing because the person that just started gets 8 of the same packs. Well, they're random packs, so the cards in it are different, but the odds of your pool being similar to your opponent, who's maybe played for years, you're on equal footing versus them having a million legendaries and rares in their deck and you don't really have any. So hopefully that kind of eases anybody who's unsure. I know 12,500 looks to be a lot of gold, but man, if there's anything you spend your gold on, I suggest saving up for League and joining once a month. And you'll see your collection skyrocket. Usually via League, your Gauntlet, your one-a-day dailies, and then a quest every day, you can 4x your rares, uncommons, and commons from the most recent set that's out, which is ridiculous. So, strongly recommend giving League a try if you're new and want to build your collection. And if you love limited formats like I do, then you should just play because it's really fun. So let's get right into it. What we're going to do here is I'll open the packs and build my deck, and maybe we can kind of go through. Ooh, look at that. Nice little premium card back there. So I'll go through, I'll build my deck, and I'll kind of go over some core concepts, some very basic core concepts of deck building, and then we'll play a couple games. That way you can get a feel for the format. And if you're already experienced and know how to deck build, then let's just see if we can open anything cool here and build something sweet. So we get 6 packs of Unleash, 6 of, what's this guy? Fall of Argenport. So luckily I drafted a lot of Unleashed, so I'm very familiar with the cards. If you guys saw one of my recent draft videos, oh boy, I had a pretty rough run-in with Siphon Vitality twice. Endangered Kieran. Wow, so I'm really liking Xenon so far here. So tip number one, as you're opening the packs, make a mental note of the strong cards you open in each pack. That way, when you go to build your deck, it's not just you're seeing 100 cards and it's like, where the hell do we go from here? You'll kind of know, oh wow, we saw a lot of strong time cards. So, cards we're looking for removal, we're looking for really strong rares and legendaries, and then the stronger, more efficient units, which usually come in the uncommon slot. So, Endangered Kieran, for example. Siphon Vitality, you could consider a bomb in some ways. So let's see what else we got. Let's open a sick legendary we can build around. Wow. Insatiable Bug, another really good unit here. Display of Will is fine. The triple influence is kind of rough for limited because in constructed you run 4 of a bunch of different power cards that give you 2 factions. In limited, you're just kind of forced to play whatever you open. Wow. Okay, so aerial deployment. This card is busted. I mean, they nerfed it by making it cost 3 instead of 2, and it's still really good, but it basically just always gets you a strong flying unit. Valkyries or birds, they all have flying, and usually you try to hold this till 6, that way you can play it twice with the Unleash mechanic, and then you just get 2 flyers for your 1 card. Really strong rare unit here, so maybe Justice is in the running here. Time and Justice are looking pretty good. Yeah, the Griffin Rider's pretty strong. Wow, Bejeweled Knuckles. Wow, okay, so Justice is looking. Okay, that rare is nonsense. Ancient Lore, I like having some card advantage cards in League, because usually the games are slower. See, nothing crazy here. We get a board wipe, kill all units, so That is something. We have a green stretch griffin down here, which is another good flying unit, but nothing crazy. Okay, some of these packs are falling short. We do have Argenport Tome, which maybe we can splash the Siphon Vitality if we end up Justice Time. Premium rare, but it's kind of a dirtly one. Rockfort is a good card, but certainly nothing like we need to play this. Okay, what do we got? What do we got? Cut Ties, so really expensive clunky removal. Got a nice premium there. Is this a fast spell? Ugh, gross. Jin's Choice. Another Praxis card. Wow, this is a strong Praxis card too. Praxis. Not really interested in that. This is interesting with Unleash, because obviously the copies that are created with the Unleash mechanic keep all the buffs of the first copy, so that could be interesting. Thunder Giant. Wow, that's really strong if you have some spells to back it up. Really like just anything with flying generally is going to be pretty good. But man, so these are kind of some more boring packs here. I'm not really seeing much removal. Got a nice premium there. Okay, what's this weapon? It's a pretty solid weapon. Not in any of the factions we're really considering. Wow, units you draw get Aegis, and at the start of your turn you get Aegis. Now that's what we're talking about. Master at Arms here. Good unit. Okay, we got 2 more packs here. We need something to tie it in. I'm getting a little... Okay, we get a bunch of Justice cards here. Radiant Matters. So we are seeing a decent amount of Primal cards here. Oh my god! Let's go! Okay, so we picked up a legendary Alhed Mountbreaker. Really strong one, too. Oh my god. Funny enough, I think I had this last league because the Inspire to double the power and health of your units. Once again, with Unleash, the copies get the buff. So I was just playing ridiculous statted units. Okay, and an Heirloom Blade, so yeah, we're like 90% to play Combray here. So what I like to do is, remember we kept a mental note of the cards we picked. So I like to start there and see if we have a viable deck. Now, when you're deck building from a select pool of cards, I'm going to give you my top 3 rules for League here. And you'll notice these transfer over to any other limited set. Rule number 1. Keep your deck to 45 cards. Please, please, please keep your deck to 45 cards. The reason, even more so in limited, is we're drawing from a limited card pool. Not all the cards that we open are going to be good. Meaning, if you have a 60 card deck, you're playing your worst 15 additional cards that are just bad. So going card to card for your opponent, if you're playing more bad cards, you're going to lose. So that's a really easy way to bump up your win percentage in League. Number 2, you're going to want to have a curve of creatures or units and spells. That way, over the course of turns, as you're playing a power card each turn, you can effectively use as much power each turn as you can. Turn 1, you might have a 1-drop. Turn 2, you're more likely to have a 2. 3, maxed out. 4 maybe comes down a little bit. 5, 6, 7, etc. Now, the reason why that's so good kind of turns into a more complex topic, but just put very simply, generally, the more power, the player who uses more power over the course of the game will win. Think about it that way. If you use more power than your opponent, that means you played either stronger units, more of them, more spells, etc. So, really important. make sure your deck has a nice bell-shaped curve, peaking at around 3. Rule number 3, and this is going to seem very, very obvious, and just so everybody knows, I did steal this tip from Corticals, who is a Magic the Gathering limited content creator, and I thought it's something you know as a person who plays a lot of limited, but it's great to highlight the idea. Don't play bad cards. And I know that sounds stupid, but you'll be so surprised how many times I go up against somebody in a draft or most commonly in League, and I'm like, they just played a 1-cost 1/1 with like no text. You know, they're playing Lucky Prospector when they have no or 1 relic in their deck. So most often than not, it's a 1-cost 1/1. It's just like, you're like pumping your fist like, yeah, you just played that. Like, I'm happy to see that on your side of the field. So only play your good cards. Now, once again, in limited, especially when you're opening packs, you don't always have the greatest selection. So you'll have to extend that range of power level that you'll play. But don't play your bad cards. So let's highlight that effect. A 1-cost 1/1 weapon. Not enough of an impact that you would want to play this. Now, these are just general rules. I'm sure you could show me a deck where you're like, damn, I wish we had a Hamlet Axe. But we don't want that. Resettle. Each unit you played this turn gets +1/+1. Really situational card. It only really benefits Unleashed. 1-cost 1/1s. I don't like to play them, even if this one has Killer. I'm not interested in it. Lucky Prospector we only want if we have relics, etc., etc., etc. So let's go through this. So Meditation, solid spell. I like this rare. At worst, it's a 1-cost 1/1 with Deadly. We probably won't have any Radiance, but just base 1-cost 1/1 Deadly. And if you happen to trigger the Tribute and it's a 3/3 Deadly for 1, yeah, we're great. Swap the blocks of 2 blocking enemy units. I hate these situational cards. It's just, you don't want to play cards that, in this specific scenario, this is really good, and then the other 80% of the time it's sitting in your hand not doing anything. Stone Skin's great. Training Grounds. Endangered Kieran, love it. We can put in the Wisp. Now, this card does have Inscribe, so it can just replace a sigil in the deck, a time sigil. For now, we're going to leave it out. It's a pretty mediocre situational card like this one, but the fact you can just use it as a sigil gives it a use if it's just stuck in your hand, so we'll keep that. Like that. Sure, this is like really expensive way to give one of your things Killer, but that's probably on the lower end of power level. Happy Harvester, good, good. Good, good. Put in our legendary. I really don't like expensive units with low health because they die too easy. Situational card draw. Once again, I'm not really into that. When you play a spell, he gets +1/+1 and lifesteal. So we just aren't going to be able to trigger that often enough to make it good. That's more of a constructed card. Master at Arms. Like pull up. Ooh, Rivet's Wrench? I didn't even notice we picked up that. Okay, we just added a lot of fast spells, so maybe we can keep... the more expensive the fast spell, generally, it's not going to be as good, especially one that you want to use in response to your opponent trying to kill your unit. Okay. I mean... yeah, we can play one of each of the 3 drops. Okay, Baton, sure. Saddle Up, yes. Yes. Copper Hall Recruit, I guess we need some 4 drops, right? We're trying to have a curve here. Okay, there we go. Create and draw a 2/2. What do we think? Throw it in. Bejeweled Knuckles, both of our relic weapons we want. Expensive spell. I would rather have this. Double the power and health or draw any unit from our deck. Let's see what else we got, though. A Rotocycle. Okay. So, right, that's our first pass of cards in the deck. So let's see. Generally, you want 17 power. Wow. Is that... Where the hell's the deck count? That was a perfect amount. That's kind of ridiculous. That, like, never happens. Generally, you want 17 power in your 45 card deck. And if you can have Inscribe to cut down on that, you put in the Inscribe. What we're going to do here is we're going to take out a Time Sigil and add in the Inscribe card, like I said, just straight. And basically, how this works is 95% of the time we're using this Inscribe to just use it as a power. But if it's sitting in our hand, we draw it really late when we already have 6-7 power, and the effect happens to come up, we can use it and then kind of blow out our opponent. So that's where Inscribe comes up pretty strong. So let's look at our Shadow real quick, because we could see if we can splash. We don't have any other fixing, though, for the Shadow. Yeah, so our biggest cards in Shadow are Through the Unknown, Cut Ties, and then the Siphon Vitality's really strong. But with just one tome, that's pretty sketchy, especially since we have a lot of double faction costs here. Yeah, so I don't think we'll be able to play it, unfortunately. Okay, and there you go. That is our League deck. It's okay, actually. I'm looking at it, and I gotta be fair. I mean, we have a Bomb here, an Owlhead, and another just really strong rare here. Rivet's Wrench is strong. Bejeweled Knuckles and Heirloom Blade are both really powerful uncommons. We have an aerial deployment, so I'm slightly worried about our lack of removal. The only removal we have is in our relic weapons, but we do have a lot of combat tricks to help buff our creatures in combat and kill our opponent's units that way. So I think this could do some good work. Okay, fast forward. I wait one day, and then we're given the 2 last packs of this league's month. We'll do a quick addition to the deck. Man, I just really don't like 3 health on a unit that expensive. Okay, last chance to add something amazing. Ignite. And Cautious Mantis. Okay, I do like me a Cautious Mantis. Let's see. So, back to my earlier point about it's so easy to get your max value from your gold in packs from this event. So, we just joined, and we're 2,329. I haven't even played a game, and we're already in the tier that gives 9 packs. 9 plus the 14 you got from the event is 23. Normally that would be 23,000 gold you would have to spend. Instead, remember the league costs 12,500. So no reason to be worried if you're newer at the game. We just joined and haven't even played, and your rank doesn't go down as you lose. So just more reasons to keep playing. Okay, so let's play a couple games with the deck, see if we can give you guys a feel of how the league games play out. And I'll only include the fun, interesting ones. So, I made 2 or 3 card swaps in the deck, basically putting in the Cautious Mantis and the other 4-cost 4/3 insect that you gain 3 when it summons. So basically we're holding off on our Crown Watch standard because preferably, we just want it to be another spell in our hand. So we're going to try to hold on to it as long as we can to get the transmute off. But if that doesn't work out, we'll see. Okay. Let's see. He could have Insect Swarm here. I didn't think about that.
Good day for farming.
Ooh, Heirloom Blade. We'll keep that on top. I won't attack here. Okay, there was no pause. So if he had Insect Swarm, which is a unit with Ambush, when I end my turn, it would have said waiting, because it's waiting for your opponent to say, yes, I play it or not. So now I know for next turn, I can just attack with my 2/1 safely.
The corruption spreads.
Okay, so that's a strong one. So I think we are just going to end up using this, unfortunately. Well, it's depleted and it doesn't really help me. Let's not be too greedy here. So we'll attack with a 2/1 since it has endurance, and why don't we lead off with the deadly unit? That way we threaten a ton of good blocks on his board like this. Really? Okay, I mean, I'll just trade my deadly unit for his 3/4. Let's see, so wait a minute. The other option is we could just save pull up, block with the deadly, give it +2/+2, and then make it really hard to kill. We could block with Happy Harvester and force him to use something as well. Yeah, so I did it this way because I would rather wait and try to see if we can use pull up to permanently buff the Insatiable bug. So it has quick draw. Oh damn, I forgot this thing gives quick draw to everything he draws. That's really strong. So the only way we can use Heirloom Blade is if we sack something, and we don't really want to sack anything. The best I can think of is this 2/2 that's not really doing anything. So let's attack here. That's probably what we're going to do, because we don't want to sacrifice anything else.
Back off.
Seems unintuitive, but I want to play a unit that I feel okay sacrificing the Heirloom Blade, and I still want to leave 2 power up to give this +2/+2 buff to one of my units. Buff his guy there.
I will root
Oh,
out all
Jesus, brutal. Damn. So, I could have used pull up before he gets this chance to discard, but I'd rather leave it. He's probably not going... Really? Yeah, he's not going to want to block knowing we have that. And now we have Saddle up. I feel pretty bad just not doing anything this turn. Our opponent's board's pretty scary here. And we do not have a lot of removal in this deck. This thing has quick draw. It's so ridiculous. I actually don't even know how we're going to beat that. Okay, so let's block with the bug here. Use pull up. We're just going to have to race him, which might be impossible with all the life he's gained, but we'll see what we can do. Oof.
Another life.
Yeah, this is not looking good for us.
uphold the Iron Fist's legacy.
So he doesn't know I have Saddle Up. Man, everything's got quick draw. This card's going to be the sole reason we lose, right? We could have just traded our Deadly unit for this guy, but Deadly and quick draw is busted, and now it's just... he's beating us with just whatever units. Okay, so we're going to need to race this. We might be able to do it, but we're going to need a good draw or two here. So, let's chump for 2, take 9, because we can swing back with... well, we can swing back with just as much. This is going to be a tight race. I'm actually happy he didn't do anything but buff the... oh, please don't have anything else. Okay, so that was a non-draw, which is unfortunate. So we'll chump with the 3/3 this time. So we'll attack like this. Wait a minute. 3, 7... 3, 7, 10, 12, 16.
Stand fast.
I'm going to keep this in hand just in case he has a discard. But, I mean, we can just chump away here. I mean, there's tons of stuff he could have that kill us on this board, but I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, we're just going to chump away the 2/5 on the 7/5. So this is lethal on any of our 3-power stuff, so we just need to survive this turn. I mean, what if we get greedy and block like this? Is there anything that could give his stuff +3? Yeah, there's no reason we should. We just need to... we just need to live this turn. There we go. Takes 7, and then there's no way, even if he plays 1 blocker, we still have 4 attackers, any of which are lethal with Saddle Up. I think, barring a lifesteal unit, I think we snuck out this win. No shot! Okay, we have a flyer. We have a flyer. I was like, oh no, he can block everything, but we're good. Okay, GG's. Man. So you see how we kind of maneuvered the race in our favor? Like, we were going to lose that race, but just by counting it up, we realized our opponents beating us, they have stronger board advantage, so we couldn't compete not trying to race them. So we just tried to win around them in a way. We let them attack us, we attack back, but just for a little more damage than they were doing each time. And we knew we had Saddle Up in hand to punch us through, so just stuff to consider when you're in game. We got 2 wins, we're already top 1,000. You guys think you can manage 2 out of 40 wins? I mean, top 1,000 plus 12 packs? 26 packs, you're basically getting 1 pack for 500 gold. Half the price if you can make top 1,000 in the league. I hope this guy showed you how fun and profitable for a free-to-play player trying to grow their collection is. You get your bang for your buck with the gold, fun interactive games against equal decks, and what better way to improve your skills and grow your collection the most efficiently. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope I'll catch you on the channel for more Eternal content. Peace!